and we are coming back in a trying time in our second episode and second part of Big Trouble in Little Temple. If you made it through the first part and it wasn't as good and it was laggy, it's because that was the Twitch recording, and I apologize, my bad, on the part of the host. But this one is a much more clear recording, so if you hung in there, thank you eternally. Anyway, we last left
I feel
off...
like we can spread a little bit of the blame to Twitch for always having really bad VODs, too.
Yes.
Let's not take all the blame on the channel here.
Yes, Twitch, as long as you're not offended and don't shut me down. Yes, thank you. Big Brother's watching. No. But we are back in our second half of episode 2, Big Trouble in Little Temple. And Leo just got crushed by a hammer, and he is at death's door. And I guess maybe before let's see. I think as you get slammed into the ground, you kind of bounce and you wake up, and you're just kind of standing in the top of this mountain. A lot of clouds, a lot of sun trying to break through. It's kind of gloomy, kind of bright, and you're just standing there, and there's this entrance to this cave on this plateau, and it seems kind of familiar, but you're not sure. And there's standing there this knight. It's got to be a knight, and in this full burnished mail, full helmet, and the helmet is like this huge pug face, and the visor's pulled down. And so you can't see the person or actually even hear them. And you hear Leo, I didn't expect you to be visiting me so soon. What say you?
I didn't expect to find myself here. Just look around, trying to figure out where I am, since it seems familiar. Mm-hmm. And I'm I should be with my friends right now.
Misguided cacophony of a group that you have there, but it could be successful yet. Only time will tell. But for now, let's decide your fate. Oh, no, I can't. Oh,
yes.
Good
Fuck
job.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it mattered.
Fuck yes.
You're going to be working off some aches and pains for a while, but I believe Sanguinius has a sacred mission he needs to fulfill, and you might tell him to look his eyes to the mountains of the north before doing too much more. After your current quest, of course. And that weird druid that's with you, tell him to get his act together. He doesn't need to be half morphine here and there, but what he does is important to the natural order of the world as well. So continue your guidance of him. But you'll feel a few aches and pains for a few days. You might be down on your strength, but I think you'll recover fully. Let's not see each other again for a while.
All right with me.
She goes, I look forward to seeing you in my tomb here in the mortal realm in just a few weeks. And you're like, I don't get that. And that's when you kind of barely become conscious. You hear the din of battle and the smell of griffin dung and bonfire and sweat and blood, and you're just kind of barely you can't really do much, right? But you're
right.
just
zero hit points, right? That's where I am.
Yep. And I think,
alive, but 0 hit points.
And
thank fucking God.
On the character sheet, the Leo sheet, I think there's the weak tick.
Oh yeah, I'll check the weak box.
Yes.
Okay.
Until you get a good full day of recovery there, because I mean you probably had some bones broken right back here.
Yeah, I imagine it's spine injuries, right?
Yep.
Probably not good.
Yep. And then that's where we are, as we come back to our other bros that are in the middle of battle. This dwarf captain, I forgot his name. He'd be mad at me. Captain Dimpike is just struggling. He's bleeding out the back of his left leg like crazy, and he's weak. His hammer is still resting on the back of Leo. What do you two do?
He'd be mad that you named him Dimpike. He used to get teased for that name.
I'm going to try and strike at his other leg and cripple him down to the ground if I can. Okay,
so I guess that's still...
And remember, he is poisoned, so you get to roll twice and take your better damage.
Okay.
So we going... Is there... I don't think there's called shots in this game, right? Not that I've... Okay, so it's just...
Well, you can do I've had people want to do specific things, and I'll just give them a minus, and I'll give them
Okay.
instead of their success being any damage, it's exactly what they asked for. And then I'll have the whatever failure be more directly related to what they wanted. So if someone's like, I specifically don't want to kill him, I want to break his knees so that he can't walk, I'll let them do that. But if someone specifically wants to do damage, I don't usually. There's not really a called shot mechanism.
We'll do a called shot at a -1 to the attack on your hack and slash, and you can do just your regular damage, not the bonus poison damage where you roll twice. You can just do it once if you're successful. All right. So let me switch that over. So hack and slash. Oh, I gotta go back to that on the roll 20. Make sure I did everything.
Yeah,
right.
I always try to be really specific about. After someone tells me their actions and describes it, what their intent is as well. Like if I'm not sure what the actual intent is, like what they want on a 10+, that's like important to know. Ooh, nice.
So you wanted to cripple his other leg to make it incapable of him moving.
Correct. Like I wanted to specifically like go for like maybe the side of his other leg and cause that to like start spouting blood so that he like gets down on his knees or like falls back, either one.
Okay, you can roll your. I guess he's gonna return damage to you one more time as you move in, right? So roll 2d10 plus 4 against yourself, plus 2 piercing.
All right.
Minus your
How
shield.
did I do it? 2d10 DL1 plus 4 is how you can roll it properly.
Drop lowest.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
You just have to do the plus. You have to do the plus after the drop lowest, which is why I was messing it up before.
So 2d10 drop lowest 1.
Yeah, and then you can do any bonuses after.
Okay. Sweet.
Wow. So,
yeah,
and that's
in that case, I take.
you're down a
9.
shield right now, and 2 piercing.
Oh, that's true. So I don't have. That's 10 straight to my face. I'm down.
Crap.
Yeah.
But so's the dwarf. Like, you crush his leg in, he screams and like throws his hammer, and it hits Sanguinius, who falls back with a broken face and blood goes everywhere. But the dwarf is just like laying on the ground. Both legs are crippled, and he's bleeding out. And Pedrin, you're standing there with 4 stunned dwarves that are scattered around, and 2 griffins that are free, who are kind of like looking your direction and looking around. And we're going to go to Sanguinius, I think, in a second here, but I want to hear what you do first.
First, since the griffins are looking around and they're being a little bit awkward, I'm going to yell out, "Griffins, break free from your masters. They've been whipping you. They've been treating you like slaves. You're better than this."
I think it's because the dwarves are trying to regain. I think it's still defy danger. Let's see. Are you trying to kind of kindred spirit them, right? So I'd almost want to say parlay, but I don't know if that works in the terms of, because you have to have something that they want. So I'm thinking maybe just defy danger, your charisma, and to see if you can convince them to break out, unless you have another idea. Oh, snap. When it needs to happen. Yeah. The 2 dwarves that you left behind that tried to hit you as a rhino, they're like, the 2 griffins like suddenly like blink and they get a little more like ferocious, and the other 2 start snapping their bonds and they help them out, and suddenly there's 4 free griffins, and the 2 dwarves try to rush into the griffins, and the griffins turn on them, and suddenly it's 4 huge griffins that are pissed off against 2 dwarf henchmen, and that's about all they wrote there. So you turn around and it's you and 2 other dwarves that are just like, "Who the hell are you guys? What? One guy's like, "That one is Sanguinius. He's a heretic." They're like, God. And so as you sit there faced off with those 2.
I just like cough. I just cough up a little bit of blood. I'm like, he's a holy man, not a heretic.
Sanguinius,
Yes.
you're on this mountaintop The same as Leo described. It's new to you as well. And I'm not describing it more purposely because you never know. We'll see it later. But there's this entrance, this huge door that's like twice the size of a man and 4 or 5 times as wide. And it's got these statues up and around it. And you have this knight in shining armor in front of you with the pug helm pulled down. She's like, I just saw Leo a second ago. You're dropping in unannounced. Just kind of making me a little suspicious. What's going on, Sanguinius? What say you?
My lady, I have tried and tried in your name, but I have been branded a heretic. I do not know if I am worthy to be here. I have only sought to disrupt the activities of this gold coin.
Mm-hmm. Gold coin is not the problem. It is the people that wield it, and those who are unable to stop it. I don't know. Let's see if your fate is sealed. I think it's just it's a straight 2d6 roll.
Straight 2d6 roll, yeah.
All right.
Fuck.
A 9.
9.
She goes, "Where I am glad that you recognized me, Saint Ophelia, for who I am, an avatar to Thomas himself." He goes, "Can't just give you all the brownie points on that alone." She goes, "Your next mission, after you've done what you're doing." All right, okay, let me back up here because you haven't declared a quest yet, right? We got to get to that.
I have not.
Okay,
not yet,
so
no.
she goes, "When you declare your next quest," she goes, "one of your restrictions will be mercy, something that you've not long practiced. Whereas the triangular, let's see, no, I don't want to say triangle. Let me go to the Damas map here." She goes, "To where the 3 statutes of Damas are as they are." Hey, where'd my drawing go? There it is. Like, she's breaking character. She's looking at her tablet. Sorry.
What were they?
She's like, yeah. She's got like the carvings of like all of time, like across the like cave. She's like going through real quick.
What did I write down? I forget.
She goes, you have no fault in courage and no fault in justice, but of the 3 statutes of Damas, the one that you fail at in times is honor. When those that are helpless are at your mercy and you not grant them. Although you are strong and it dictates that you do so, sometimes you must know when to use mercy and when not. He goes, "I will be testing, and if I am not pleased with you granting mercy when you shouldn't be, or not granting mercy when you should, I will take away from you. Think on it. Think long and hard when mercy must be applied." And
Of course, my lady.
good. I hope to see you at my tomb in not too long. In the mortal realm. People always get confused when I say it that way. And you get sucked away. Pedro.
Yeah, I just bowed before her, and I have dreams of the last dire pug that I saw, and I probably am just like out cold, like probably because Virgil got a better roll. Leo got a better roll, I should say. So he's probably like halfway conscious. I'm just completely still out. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. There's blood being coughed out of the throats of both these guys. Pedrin, you have two.
Yeah.
You have these 2 dudes here. What do we do here, bro? What's going on?
I am going to change, hopefully, into a lion.
Ooh. Let's see that.
Hopefully. No.
Oh God. We literally only can make the rolls that we physically must or die.
Hey, that just means more XP.
Yeah, you are grinding XP.
The spirit of the griffin
Jesus.
in nature and the wild has been drained from you because you've been all night, all the next day, transforming a ton. You're going to go full lion, and you're still going to have one hold to maul, whomever you choose. But once you transform back, your druid transformation is complete and it is kaput until you've rested fully.
Okay.
So let me let my cat out of the room, but I'm right here. She's being a cat. Speaking of lions, go on. Why do cats own us and control us? I thought we were their owners. Man, I'm so wrong about cats. Anyway, at least mine.
Well, I will try to maul one of the dwarves. Well, I will.
You will.
Hold.
All right. So I'm going to give you a plus to this. Why don't you defy? So when we see what happens, the dwarf gets mauled. Like you leap on top of him and just rip him out. Like I'm picturing Shiva on The Walking Dead, the tiger. If anybody watches Walking Dead, like that. You just get right down and you maul this dwarf, and he is just. I mean, he's ripped apart. There's one dwarf left. But like when you look up at him, you're your druid again, and your hands and your face are just covered with the blood and viscous of this guy, and you look at him and he looks at you, and I mean he looks like he might run away. Do you want to defy danger, like charisma style, to see if he gets terrified and runs?
Sure.
All right.
9.
9?
Not meaning no, but 9.
9. No. All right. You can let me see here. You can he'll run away, and so I'm trying to think of the either or here. You can let him run away, and you won't be able to kill him, but he'll be gone. Or you can just leap up and try to take him out before he gets too far.
Considering
I'm like opening up your character sheet. I'm like, how many hit points does he have? But then I can't see it. So how many hit points do you have?
I've only taken 2 damage.
Okay, not bad.
Seeing what they've done to the griffins, I am going on him.
All right. Your shapeshifting is deplete. You are fighting fisticuffs with your. What do you have? A staff? What are you armed with?
Oh, you know what? I'm like conscious, so I'm gonna call out to Pederin, and I'm like Pederin, throw the magic hammer.
Hammer?
You look over, and there's like right near me and like the like dead captain is like the magic hammer that he was like swinging around that would like fly back to him.
You're like the one that's pinning me to the ground still.
I'm like, yeah, get it off of me. I can barely breathe.
It's twofold reasoning. Like, 1, get it off of me. 2, use it.
As soon as he says that, I'm just gonna rush to the hammer while looking at this guy with the bloody face and everything. And just grab it.
All right. Do you actually try to strike him with it, or do you try to throw it at him?
I'm gonna try throwing at him.
All right, man. Volley it. He's just like, no, that's my captain's, and he comes in at. He's like, it's gonna be mine once he got promoted, and so do a volley, which is based off your dex.
Okay. 12.
Oh, shoot, son. All right. I think the Warhammer is. I had all the weapons pulled up on a page. On this other thing, we'll just.
Your desperation to then throw.
Let's take a look. Battle axe does +1 damage, so it's you roll your damage, and add a +1 on top of that.
Okay. 5.
5. All right. I think. Let me not speak. Let me get ahead of myself here. Where's all my major screens? Dual monitors, man. Triple monitor if you can do it. That's all I have to say. Yeah. What's it look like when you throw this hammer? This elven druid grabbing this 2-handed dwarven warhammer, and he chucks it. Like, what do we see? What's this? How's this final dwarf get taken out? What's it?
Well, I pick up the hammer. Well, it's kind of like a rush attempt picking up the hammer, and then I just desperately throw it with like one hand towards his chest.
Does it almost look like a hammer throw in the Olympics, where it's just like it's weighted and you have to almost lean back?
The straight hammer throw? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it goes and it just clips him just in the head. Like it's going an up arc like this, and he's just like, oh, and his head explodes. and the hammer flies off and clangs on the ground. Actually, it doesn't. It comes back towards you. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to catch it
You catch it.
because it's coming back towards me. Okay.
I was gonna say, if you had to make a roll, this is a bad fucking idea because I tried that once.
I was about to say this would have been probably one of the coolest weapons ever if it did 2d10 plus 4 with the drop lowest 1, but then every time you used it, you had to catch it properly or you'd take the same damage. It'd be fucking epic.
We can do that. But I did his damage because it's the dwarf's damage, right? Or is it right? It's just like because the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, depending. Like you can always make a magic weapon.
That's true.
Does anything you want.
I did kind of make this magical with the whole hammer throwing and returning. It's not just Captain America. Like I know geometry.
Like how to throw very, very well so that things come back to me. Like
yeah, I don't get
just
that.
so good at throwing things that they come back to me.
Nope, this one comes back to you and you catch it. As of right now, maybe that's something we'll inter. I'll change up later. But for now, you catch it looking like a badass, and it's like a close up on you, and then the music stops, and we pan back, and there's all these corpses laying around you, and your friends, and just you, buddy. Congratulations to everybody, because that was a really damn tough battle. What do you do?
Or
now?
the griffins free because they just mauled the other people and they're like, yeah, freedom.
They are. They're kind of just. They're chewing up on the dwarves and devouring them right now.
Well, I'm gonna rush to my friends, and first I'm gonna go to Leo and be like, "Do you need any assistance?"
I just need to go to sleep. I just my eyes roll back in my head and I pass out. In probably a puddle of blood now of this dwarf.
Well, I'm gonna also see that Sanguinius is knocked out, and I'm gonna be like, I guess this is camp. And I'm just gonna start trying to drag them closer towards the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that there is some sling bags or some set up right now.
Yeah, did these dwarves already have a tent up or anything?
No tent. There's just 5 bedrolls that have been thrown on the ground around the fire, and the rabbit's just dripping with grease. I think actually one of the other griffins probably has walked over and just grabbed the whole spit and is just eating the deliciously cooked rabbit, and just characteristically just chomping it up, the stick and all, he doesn't care, and just eating it. And do you have any healing powers or poultices or herbs or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I have herbs and poultices, so yeah.
Because I think those do some auto HP restoration.
Yeah, so I'll start applying, once I get them to a resting area, I'll start applying it to them.
Apply the sacred oils and unguences.
Yes.
How many herbs and poultices do you have, and what do they do? Let's take a look here.
2 uses, and let me see. I forget what they did.
Right. So you get to pick your gear. Herbs and poultices, 2 uses, which is perfect. And then we can look them up in the back of the book. I can if you want me to.
Yeah.
Equipment.
Let's do that.
General equipment tags. Nope. Dungeon gear. 7 damage with each use. So you could do 2 on one person, 1 on each. You tell me.
1 on each.
All right. So Sanguinius and Leo are going to be at 7 health each.
Okay.
And because it's appropriate, I think everyone's going to get a full rest, a full night's sleep and rest, which is going to allow for more healing and also for leveling up.
Okay, so
some make camp. You can equal.
That's half.
Yeah, half your max.
Half your HP rounded up. Is that right?
I thought it was rounded.
10.
Actually, I don't know if it's rounded up or down. I usually round down on everything because it's Pathfinder, style. But let's make it a thing here. You guys want to? Should we be nice and round up?
Well, hold on. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. Because these games a lot of the times have specific things rather than always.
Okay.
Trial supply.
Half of your HP. If it's an even number, it's easy. Just half of your max HP comes back. So like Pedrin, you'll be like fully healed, easy.
Yeah, I didn't take much. I've only taken 3 damage in this campaign.
That's nice. The tank and the secondary tank over there are like, well, good for you, sir.
And it just says half.
I just roll well on getting hurt.
All right, we'll round up. That's fine. If you got odd number, just half your HP, round it up to the next one, worth back. And I'd be curious to where you guys are sitting in your HP in the morning. I guess I could also look myself.
That's not too bad.
If I wake up, I'm going to down my healing potion because I forgot to do so in battle because I forgot that I had it. And then I am going to lay on hands Virgil.
How much does the healing potion do for you? Actually,
I don't know. It
Nope.
didn't say.
I think it's 10.
that 10 sounds right. I'll look it up.
Equipment, I can find it. Weapons, weaponless, armor, armorless, dungeon gear. Pulses are
10. Page 328.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I go up to 23 then.
I think
And
everybody's leveling up. I would hope.
Yeah, and I think lay on hands is just like a roll.
yeah, it is. It's a charisma roll for 1d8 damage. But it has the possibility of
Hurting more.
it has the possibility of applying it to me instead. So that's why I wanted to take the potion
Oh.
first.
Okay, so let me go.
So
Paladin, lay on hands.
yep.
So this is in the morning when you guys are still getting back around. And go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I get up and I'm like,
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, it's okay.
Lord Thomas, I serve you at all. I
Tore
serve
the
you at
last
all.
ones apart. It's okay. It's okay.
These guys are both freaking out as they're waking up. They're all bandaged and like smell like herbs and like weird creams and Sanguinius. You're
Leo,
out.
Olives and
you are-
oils all over.
You
our
are
face.
still injured.
And I'm probably just talking to the griffins.
Yeah, you're like 40 feet over there with like a whole bunch of griffins hanging out.
You know what? Here's the
Leo.
thing. I think Pedrin like slept in between all four, like nearby the fire, and like was just toasty all night. And the wagon sits over there. All the bodies are where they were, mostly devoured. And then Sanguinius has his whole head wrapped up, pretty much. And Leo has like this board, like behind him to keep his neck
Oh,
straight.
he's strapped to like my chest.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then that's how you guys wake up, and you're like, "Ooh, go ahead, Sanguinius. Please continue as you're like saying stuff."
Sure, yeah. I grab Leo's hands and I say, pray with me. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to force you to pray, but I'm going to go ahead and roll it. So 7 and 9, you do heal, but the damage is transferred to me. So I take
Thing.
8. I take 7 damage.
Oh,
Okay, but that's a big heal for me.
It is. So that would be 3 and 4, so 16.
and Pedrin, you watch as Leo gets better, but Sanguinius gets a little worse. Some of his wounds reopen.
I just fixed those.
And I'm like, oh, don't worry. It's the healing powers of the gods sometimes take away. But I feel much better.
Leo,
Sanguinius.
I saw her. I saw Our Lady.
Wait,
And I let go of your hands and I say, she told me that I must show mercy. It goes against everything I've been taught.
you speak of the wise one on the mountain, eh?
Our Lady, yes.
Yes, she says we'll be in her tomb soon. I was a little unnerved, to be honest, with my meeting. I'm gonna call over Pederin if he's like still just griffining. I'm like, come here. We've had visions.
Oh god, I used too much of the mushrooms and the herbs.
Like, no. I'm pretty sure this was a legitimate one, you know? It's like a really vivid thing without so much of the swirls and the movement.
I look over to Pederin and I say, "Are you injured, Pederin? Are you all right?"
I'm barely hurt. You guys are worse for wear, though.
That's good to hear. Have you checked inside of the cart? Is the gold there?
Yeah, I like sit up and like I'm like having all this trouble because I'm like strapped to a board.
Yep.
Well, I thought I'd wait for you guys.
It's probably a good idea. I bet got some kind of traps or rigs on there. Dwarves are tricky lot. So let me take a look at it first.
So
I have trap expert. So before anyone
touches it,
tries to go on this thing, I'm gonna spend a moment to survey a dangerous area.
We did level up, by the way.
yes.
Yeah, I need to add a
So you guys will all get
things.
a +1 to it. So did everybody level up? Like Sanguinius is leveling up from
8.
before, and you other two have leveled up now, right?
So yeah, I just leveled up, and I think I'm going to put it in.
I think there's a leveling up area in this.
I'm
Advancing
gonna put it in Constitution.
classes.
If I put it in Constitution, I actually get a +1, and I get an extra hit point. That's pretty good.
Basic moves. Outstanding warrants. Bolster. Level up. Okay. So your XP is going to be equal to or greater than your current level +7. So you guys have to hit a target of 9. So your
that's
XP resets.
8 for level 1.
Well, you're all level 2 now, though, right?
No, I'm just leveling up just now.
Okay. Yeah. So you.
Just I only had 7 out of 8 at the end of the last session.
Okay. So yeah, you'll reset to 0 and have to work to get to 9. But you guys probably already have some XP built up towards that because there was a lot of 6 and unders that last battle there. You choose a new advanced move from your class in the first few levels that it allows, and also you get to add a +1, I believe, to one of your stats. And the only thing that'll change majorly is if you add to your Constitution because it's going to increase your maximum HP.
Unless you're hitting, God, what are the numbers? If you hit a 16, you'll get something bumped up to another +1.
Okay.
And I think.
So yes, we'll go over when you guys know what you want to do. Kind of your characters increase like their new power. Like the Paladin has a new power. I think maybe actually took effect now.
Before I do this, let me see if there's an advanced move that might help me with it.
Yep. I would say here's the order. We'll level up. I think the Paladin needs to declare a mission. Well, once you're ready to, but that'll be at the end of this little area. But level up, look at all the loot that's on the ground, and then look at the wagon. Like those are all the things to do here, because the dwarves are scattered around, and like the griffins didn't eat their stuff; they just pretty much ate the dwarves. Pedrin, you feel the spirit of Sabalix is satisfied. You feel
Growing
that
stronger.
You feel that Sabalix feels a little more whole, as four essences have been added back to his mass. So it's self-satisfactory in its own. Well, it's actually more than that, but you can feel that. And like the griffins, unless you try to keep them around, eventually will probably, when you wake up, they'll probably leave.
Well, yeah, I'm letting them be free.
Okay. And you know that eventually their toes will heal, like their toenails, and their wings will grow fuller, and they'll be able to return to being the full usage of griffins as griffins are supposed to be. Let me come to you, Druid. What stat did you choose to increase as you leveled up here?
Wisdom. I have +2 now.
All right. And do you know what advanced move you took here?
Elemental Mastery.
Elemental mastery. Where?
I am now the Avatar.
Oh, great. When you call on the primal spirits of fire, water, earth, or air, you perform a task for you. Roll plus wisdom. So 10 plus, choose 2. 7, 9, choose 1. On a miss, some catastrophic occurs. Some catastrophe occurs as a result of your calling.
Something catastrophic.
Yep. So that's pretty much it for the druid, right? Did you guys ever consume the rations? I'm assuming you did from the first part of the journey.
Yeah, I marked off 2 rations.
Okay.
By the way, how does health increase when you level up?
Only if your constitution goes up.
Yeah, it doesn't go up by level. It only goes up by a constitution increase.
Okay.
So your hit points are really never going to get very high.
All right.
It's true. Sanguinius.
Like very, very soon you'll have your maximum hit points.
What?
Aye.
Tell us about the move that you took and the stat that you increased, and anything else pertinent.
I increased my strength by 1 to a 17, and I took setup strike. I guess I wasn't supposed to use it, but
it's fine.
Yeah. You fucked up as well, by the way.
Who, me? Because I let you use it?
Yeah. Well, no, not only that, but I shouldn't have taken the last damage because it's an 11. And if it was a hack and slash and it was plus 10, I evaded their attack.
Oh, right. Or you can choose to do more damage or something.
Yeah.
On a hack and slash at a 10 plus?
Yeah, he should have got a choice on whether to take damage or not. On
Okay.
10 plus.
I will try to be more on top of that. Thank you.
Yep. I'm not going to change anything or like revert anything. I just wanted to point it out.
At your option, you can choose to do a d6 more to expose yourself to the enemy's attack and avoid their attack. Yes. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Leo, what stat increased and what move did you take?
So I had a 15 in my constitution because I always put a pretty high score on con to get a good hit point amount. And so I'm upping that to 16 since it will give me a +2, which will be my only +2. And constitution's pretty good to have a +2 in. Usually it's going to be some shitty like poison or something horrible if you fail it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Also, it gets me up to 22 max HP from 21. It's pretty good. For my move, I'm taking underdog. When you're outnumbered, you have +1 armor. So that's pretty great because I don't have any gear or any armor at all. So now in some circumstances, I will have some like armor.
That's good. And
I didn't describe what setup strike does. I don't know if you want me to do that.
Yeah,
now.
go ahead. Yep.
Setup strike says when you hack and slash, it doesn't define whether I hit or not. It just says when I hack and slash, choose an ally. Their next attack against your target does +1d4 damage.
Yep, it's good.
So whenever I hit somebody, or at least go for somebody,
yep.
I open them up in some sort of way to an ally's attack to be better.
Good.
As long as I hit.
Perfect. And then, with that being said, especially with the armor thing being said, I will remind you that there is like weapons and armor and extra stuff laying
that's
around.
A good point. I wonder if any of this stuff could.
So
I'm not sure about the armor since they're all dwarves.
Yeah, some of it might be able to be refitted. Yeah, repurposed or just.
Would you want to look at first the gear left by those guys or the wagon, or who is doing what? Should I ask?
The wagon, but first I'm gonna offer the returning hammer to Sanguinius.
Oh.
Okay. Can I see? Like, am I like completely bandaged up?
I mean, you got eye holes and nose holes, so
okay.
you can see and breathe.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I kind of like get
Sanguinius is actually a great name for a mummy.
I get up and I kind of like stumble around and I take a look at it and I say, it's quite a mighty weapon indeed. I will keep it with me, but I do not know if it is a weapon to be blessed by Damus. I will need to
Well,
look into that later.
If it's not blessed, I mean, it's still... If you need to throw something, you don't want to throw your sword, right? I mean...
And it certainly likes returning.
Right, it's like having a big rock ready to throw at any moment, right?
Like I said, I will keep it on my person for now, and we will see what happens with it later. And I go over to check the cart and see if there's any coin on it.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, hold on, let me just take
right,
a real quick look here, and I'm going to examine the like doors on this, or however the openings are. Is it like? You said it was like locked up, but is it like wrapped up in something, or is it just like a whole container?
Okay, so what it is there are no doors on any of the sides. It's bound, iron strapped like over the top of it and around it. It's like a gigantic chest almost. And it's not till you crawl up on top of it or look on top that you see that there's like a hatch, a big square hatch, more rectangular hatch right in the center of it. And you don't see any hinges or anything, but what you see on it is like several small depressions that are all colored differently. I would say buttons, but that's not a term we use in a fantasy realm. But
yeah, no, I just like run my hand over them and like feel them. Is there like movement on them? Is it like tactile moving buttons?
yes, like they could be depressed in a certain order for something to happen.
All right, well, if I'll touch one just to see if it like sets anything off, if I hear any noise or like anything.
Let's see here. All right.
Button number 1, button number 2.
I'll say there's like 3 buttons, right? And one's yellow, one's blue, and one's red. Just colored with different symbols or runes. And you hear something click, but you don't know if that's a good click or a bad click. Do you want to possibly? Are you doing any thievy things? I should ask before we.
Yeah,
go
I'm gonna use my move at this point because I think it might be a trap, and not just a lock. So that is just a dexterity roll.
Can I help him? He already rolled it.
Oh, that's fine. 10. Good roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it the trap expert or is it the tricks of the trade?
Trap expert.
10 plus. Spend. Okay, so
let's
you
see,
hold
where's
3.
my-
Okay.
Where'd my thing go? Yeah. So is there a trap here? And what activates it?
Yes, there is a trap here. You're like, I'm pretty sure, because before you were totally kicked out, you would see these shipments come in, but you wouldn't see what happens to them. But you know it's no easy thing, and it's heavily protected. So yeah, it's activated if you press the wrong combination of buttons or try to enter from the side by hacking through.
Okay, but what happens when I get the wrong combination? What does the trap do when activated?
If you've heard right, it should basically set a molten hot fire to the entire thing, melting the entire wagon and its contents, so that no one can have it.
Okay, and what else is hidden here other than whatever? Something's inside there. I know that. But is there anything else when I like look around? Like I go and like and look to see if there's like markings anywhere. Like someone was like, oh, I never remember the code. I'm just going to write it down on the bottom of the carriage or anything. I'll like look around. Is there anything else hidden?
Let me see. Well, you know that there's the item inside and...
Yeah, something's in there.
Yep. And actually, yeah, I like that idea. Underneath... No, because I don't think that they would have the combination, actually. I don't think they're just the couriers. So, I would say... what else is hidden here? The thing that's hidden at this point is the object that's inside the caravan. And
okay, so there's definitely goodies in there.
Yes.
So I'm gonna call up my other companions. They're like, "Oh, we've got a bit of a blockage here. Can't quite get inside. If we don't press the right keys on this little pad here, it's gonna just melt everything in a horrible flame and fire and molten destruction. But
What
I'm
the
not sure if we can trick it somehow.
I'm not sure that would be the best thing for the environment. The Pateran would be better able to identify that, but
Would this affect... Oh, good.
perhaps the people who were driving this cart had something on them, some sort of instructions. And I'm gonna search the bodies, whatever like non-eaten stuff that they have on them, and
All
see
the
if-
shreds of clothing that have been like torn hither and thither to get to the good flesh.
So you're looking for
Yeah.
Like,
something.
oh, there's a pocket in here.
You're looking for something specific right now.
I am looking to see if they have any sort of like instructions or anything that says like if attacked by bandits or whatever, do this, this, and this, or something like that.
Yeah, is there like instructions to just destroy the thing, or I mean, we could just destroy it. We don't really need the gold that bad.
Well, I was going to
That's
ask
true.
you before you go there, Sanguinius. Are you gonna is something like disabling traps something that you are gonna think about trying? Because I know that's one. Of
Yeah, I'll wait until we'll search these bodies and see
Sure.
if there's anything that can help us towards that first.
Okay, so I think
So
that's
yeah, we like get up.
Train.
I'm just like finding the piles of cloth, and like throwing it into like a pile while these guys are like sorting through. I'm like, oh, another piece of pants. I throw it on the heap.
okay. Let's have you, Sanguinius. Why don't you discern realities to try to, I guess, find it? Because I'm not sure what else is a search roll, or if we just make a canon. Because
All right, so that's intelligence or wisdom.
there isn't eight.
Yeah, unless you have something you like really specifically want to be there, we can just have a roll and then make shit up.
Yeah,
Where's the moves?
there is an 8 or interfere roll. I just went right over it earlier. So you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I could roll an aid. I mean, for helping find all the cloth bits.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yes. If you,
Okay, so that's a +1, I think.
yeah, with your bond with them, that would be fine.
Just made it.
So I think I needed a 10 to help out.
Oh.
Let me just double check.
It says 7 to 9. You still get a modifier, but you also expose yourself to danger, retribution, or cost.
Okay. Okay, so if anything bad goes down, I'm part of it.
Yeah. So Sanguinius, you can have a +1 on your wisdom roll to discern realities.
So 9.
Okay. 7 to 9, ask 1. And you're probably asking what I should be on the lookout for, I'm assuming, as applies to this combination, right? So,
Correct.
like, Leo rolls over the dwarf captain, Dimpike, and, like, his head, like, hits a rock. And Sanguinius, like, you notice something pop out of his mouth a little bit, and you get closer and you realize, oh, this guy had a big old false tooth in there. And you pull it out, and you're like, nope, it's a tiny little tube. It's a little tooth look-alike vial. And upon opening it up, you find the combination. Well, let me say that again. You find color splotches on a small piece of paper. Like, there's a green, and then there's like purple, and yeah, you see like the color green because it's like a couple things smeared together, then like the color purple.
Okay.
There we go. I just made that up. That's crazy, but I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I'm doing. Let me write this down.
I pull it out and I hold it up, kind of between each eye, and I say, Leo, I believe this might have something to do with it. Here, take a look
Alright.
for yourself.
I'm gonna like climb back up on the top with this this little like swath of paper, and like just look at the colors. Now I want to make notes. Said it was green, red, and yellow or something.
there's blue, yellow, and red. 3 primary colors. And you see the colors on this paper have been smeared a little bit, probably with saliva or whatever, because there was colors put in an order, like left to right, but they've smeared together, and you see the 2 colors, green and then purple. And let's say before you already pushed the blue button, and then that's nothing happened, right? So,
Right. Okay, I pushed the yellow button.
click.
And then I press the red button.
Okay, click. It hasn't
Well, I
quite.
was hoping that would be 3. What do you guys think?
I think there's one. You push. What did you push? Blue, yellow, red. Yep.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's looking for one more.
All right.
Try blue.
I pressed the blue.
You put. Oh. Yep. You hear another click, and then, and the whole panel like drops. Open.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we popped the top on this Pringles can.
And inside, it's dark except for the light streaming in now. And there's this. Well, I think I wrote it down here. Maybe I didn't write it in a lot of detail. But let me go back up to it. There is. Inside,
Two
there's
tons
this.
of TNT.
There's this
ready to go.
huge, like, iron chest that looks like it's about the size of the opening that you've now just opened. It's an iron chest, and it's banded, and it's got this huge, heavy lock on the front of it. And that's all that's inside.
All right. This would I recognize it as like what they usually carry in all the coins in?
Yep. And
Okay.
it's what
I'm
they
like, all right, this is it. This is a big shipment.
and to make it harder to get out. I mean, it's only opens from the top, and like they use like a crank or like a crane or ropes to, pull it out, and have a whole process set up to make it, basically unpresentable to anybody but those who own it. But you can go inside. There's room just to jump down in there.
I remember back to the vision I had, and I say, I do not just know that. I don't know. So, I do not know that this is the best course of action. I still believe we should destroy it, but the people that were bringing this, those dwarves that we slew, they were more than likely the culprits in propagating this culture of greed and dishonesty.
Aye.
What do you think we should do with this?
I don't have much say in the matter. This coin is strange to me.
Perhaps we should pray on it.
Oh, great.
I cannot say no to that. Very
Go
well.
ahead.
Yeah, I think we probably have like a standard prayer that's not like a specific one, but it's just like a standard praise. So I will like do some prayers and see if I get any guidance from what's her
I
name?
thought there was a paladin. Maybe that's a cleric.
From
I'm
Damas
not-
or Ophelia?
From Ophelia, since she was like just saying that we would see her soon.
I am going to pray specifically. I'm going to use my human power and pray specifically and say, what here is evil?
Ooh, that's good.
So you guys are kneeled together, like looking over this hole, like looking down in there, and you get the answer, like this visual of a pug. It's just like sniffs this chest and just it feels indifferent. Nothing here is evil. unless your perception of coin is evil, then therefore it would be. But the feeling you get from Damas is that it's not evil in itself. So it's not an evil thing to have. It's just the root of all evil. It's the love of coin that is the root of all evil, not the coin itself.
I see.
That's old school right there, but that still applies here.
Yeah.
Okay, I assume I like kind of get like a similar thing since I'm like in reverie with him.
Yeah, you're looking at you're like the trade is the same thing as trade with coin. It's just using a different medium. It's like, but it's not. It's not itself like you touch it and it makes you a bad person, right?
Yeah,
Right.
like the problem is people aren't like, oh, I want some walnuts, so I'll trade some wool for it. It's like I just want money. Like that's the problem. So yeah, after our prayer, I say, I think you're right that it shouldn't be going to the people. It shouldn't be spread around. Although if we may want to take a small amount to be used in service of good, if we need if we see poor people that need help and only coin could help them, perhaps we should take a small amount for ourselves.
I'm actually going to rely on my bond here with Leo. Leo is a brave soul, and I have much to learn from him. And I'm going to say, yes, you are probably right. Very well. How much should we take? Perhaps 20? Something less, something more?
I think you're right. If we take 20, that's plenty for food or shelter and any help we can give to someone. A small amount. The rest, we'll set off the trap, melt it all down.
Very well.
So we'll do like we'll have to do some preparation to make sure that we don't hurt anything. We'll probably push it away from any trees and brush, and then also like clear around it to make sure we don't catch anything on fire.
I'll just try that.
Well,
That's
I want to know.
Oh yeah, because you could just like swirl water around it to make sure, right? Like,
yeah.
I want to know first of all if you guys get down there and try to get it open because it is locked.
oh yeah. So okay, yeah, I can get in there. That shouldn't be a problem. I think I have a whole lockpick set.
Tricks of the trade, which is your.
Yeah, where is my tricks of the trade? When you pick locks, just decks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
It's a very nice lock.
Yeah, I just slide right down.
It could probably be hammered open with enough force from that hammer or whatever, but you can also save the lock as a real nice lock if you want.
No, I think it would be nice to have a lock. Let's see if we can get it. Nope.
And you break a lock.
5.
Mark XP.
Okay. Oops, not mark minus XP, plus XP. That's
all right. Yeah, don't do that. Sorry. So we have a gym off.
I could attempt breaking it open if you want.
Yeah, it's a fucking dwarven locks. They do everything left to right instead of right to left. Fucking idiots.
You want to try it again and
fully blaming dwarves and not myself. Okay. Yeah. No. I'll stand back and see if Fettering can give it a go.
What were you gonna do, Petrin?
Well, can we actually move this outside the chest, or is it like secure?
We can try.
You can defy danger, strength to try to work together and lift it up and out, but the person on the bottom is going to be the one that's in danger of having the chest fall back on them. I mean, I haven't told you what's in there yet, but it's a really heavy chest.
I have the weak, whatever it's called, debility right now, so I'm not very good at lifting. I have a spine injury. I probably like point at like the board that you like strapped to my back. And I'm like, don't know if I could get it up out of the hole. I'm mostly standing on this board.
Oh, well, actually, I guess it doesn't. I can just literally levitate Earth. I don't know.
Oh.
I'll just try elemental mastery.
I mean, you could try that with air to lift it out, or earth to go in there and push it up out. You can use it to try to burl open burn down the carriage, which might set off trap. You don't know. I mean, you make it up, man. You tell me what you are trying to do, and then we will roll. How about that?
Okay. I think I'm going to try to like float over like a big rock and just like hit it real hard.
Oh, what, like, are you using
Just caveman it open.
Are you using earth to do it, or are you just using
earth?
Okay, so what is the name of the elemental? Where did the advanced moves go here? Elemental mastery. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's plus wisdom to roll, sir.
Yep. 12.
Boo! Nice. So, you can choose 2. The effect you desire comes to pass. You avoid paying nature's price. You retain control.
Well, the effect comes to pass, and I don't even know. I will pay nature's price.
You avoid paying nature's price?
No, I will pay nature's price, but retain control, and the effect I desire comes to pass. I don't know what
Good.
happens when
the lock smashes off, and you don't set off the trap while you're in there.
Okay.
Right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what nature's price would be because you called. I mean, it's something that you just took a big rock, but I'll think about it for a second.
All right. Meanwhile, I dig out I have my like little pouch of 10 coins. I like stuff 20 more coins in there, so I have like a big fat pouch of 30 coins.
You open it up, and it's laid like end on end, just stacks like poker chip stacks, coins coming up covering this chest. They are bright, polished, brand new gold, stamped with a Tower of the Righteous seal on there and Damas on the other side. There is 1,000 gold coin in this chest, just to give you an idea of how much there is here. And you're looking at it.
Dude,
like,
this is good.
Peteran's probably like, okay, sure, it's shiny. But you guys who know coin a little bit, you're looking at 1,000 coin. Make a save versus greed.
Yeah,
just kidding.
No, I am the holy Damas. I think like is guiding me through this, and I don't even think I'm tempted. Like I'm kind of like I'm taking the money. I'm like, it is a really good idea to have this, even though I don't want to be like perpetuating the use of it, and we're like specifically not wanting to. But I don't want to be in a position where I need the coin and don't have it. So it's like I'm not like tempted to take a bunch more. I like don't even really want to take this, but we should, kind of thing.
That gives me
so
such
I
a good
stuff
idea.
it in and then like climb back up out of the thing.
How much did you take?
Just 20.
Sanguinius?
So I have 30 coins total now.
I take 20 as well.
Peteran, your price of nature is that you lose a little of your naturalistic self. Looking at that hypnotic, shiny gold, you're just like struck by it. You're just like, wow, this is really nice looking. It's really.
You're like oh, they're all the same size and shape, and ooh, that's kind of just nice.
Can you defy danger with a wisdom roll to repress the ability to want to also take gold yourself?
Okay. 8.
Hey, good roll.
So here's the thing. You can not take gold, but you're gonna take the minus to your wisdom that's on your character sheet. I think it's possibly stunned.
No, it's confused.
Confused. So it's gonna throw you off. You're gonna be confused, or you can give in to it, and you yourself can snatch up a bunch of coin and be just fine for now.
I don't see why not.
When you walk out there, your pockets are heavy with 40 gold coin because that's what it took to satiate yourself. And you're not used to this weight.
And do I think it's going to be pretty easy to set off the thing on purpose? Like just close the lid again and press the buttons and it'll go off.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you'll probably want to get clear really fast. And that'll...
Yeah. So we get ready so that we don't burn anything down. Set up the area.
Can I hit the switch with the hammer?
Oh yeah, sure.
you-
I'll let you climb up there, or you could throw the hammer at it. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
just like overhand throw the hammer and have it bounce back to me.
Yes.
Have the hammerhead smashed right on the top of that thing. So yeah, I like latch the lid again so that the like trap's all set, and then we back way up.
Okay.
And we use the hammer like a blasting cap.
Let's see. Let's see. It's like, is it dexterity? Is it strength? I think you have to be close enough to do it. So you're gonna have to endure with your constitution. So otherwise, it'll automatically happen. Sanguinius, why don't you defy danger with con? Because
Okay.
you're like, I gotta get just close enough to do that little arc, almost like a basketball. Throws like
right. Little free throw.
Yeah.
And I get a 10 on it.
Nice.
You defy
Okay,
that
so
danger,
do we
yo.
get? We're almost done, right?
We're getting there, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, if we want to do like our bonds and stuff and say goodbye, I think this is a pretty good scene of like the back of the three of us watching, and like Sanguinius is up in the front. Or no, wait, maybe this is the poster for our movie. It's the explosion just in front, and then like Sanguinius, and then the two of us behind Sanguinius, and it's just like flames and like molten gold spraying everywhere.
Is it as your back turned to it, because when you're cool, you don't look at the explosions?
I don't know. I think that Pedrin and I might be watching just because
It's amazing.
we want to see it blow up. I don't know, Sanguinius, are you cool, man, walking away, or are you like watching it like fireworks with us?
You don't even need to ask. I'm cool, man. Walking away. I catch my fucking hammer with one hand as I'm turned away.
Okay, cool.
I think you almost catch it with your hand without even looking at it. Like you throw it and you turn around and like it hits and it blows up and the hammer comes back and you're not even looking at it. You just catch it and sheath it, and this whole thing like just turns bright molten like when you're like at the blacksmith forge, right, where the steel is red hot, almost yellow,
And then it's like white in the center,
Yep.
like just, you know.
bubbling and melting, and the fire burns, and it just kind of like starts collapsing, and then just a few fountains of melting gold coin and steel and iron all together go flying around. You're close enough that it won't catch anything on fire, or you can throw a little water on it, but yeah, it just melts down. You guys watch it, and
then our movie poster shows up, and it's those two turning back around, and I just have one hand on the hammer. It just says "Righteousness Dogs" at the top.
Righteousness dogs.
dogs, what up? Well, good, yeah. I don't think that's a bad place to stop. And the only thing we didn't get through is the gear that you guys collected probably from these guys. And if you want to know, or I can just list it in the chat later and we can talk about it next time. That's also fine.
Yeah, we can just like go through, and that way we can slowly assign who wants to pick up what, and we'll just tell everyone when we join them next time what we got.
Okay. That was good. That was a tough battle. A couple players faced death. You rescued some griffins. You destroyed some greed. And you took out some guys who may or may not have been evil, or just doing their job. Who knows? We're murder hoboing at its finest. This is Dungeon World.
I saw them whipping those griffins. They deserved it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like they have like small infractions that we consider worthy of death, so it's okay.
Yep.
I mean, as a druid, it's...
You were biting your fingernails. Well, where we come from, that's enough.
Well, that's off with your head.
Death sentence.
That's why I said "Righteousness Dogs."
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know why I came here tonight.
Yeah.
Well, end of session. Thank you for joining us. This is Dungeon World, Big Trouble in Little Temple, and I'm Lucas. And this is our end of the session. 3 questions, real quick, for a little extra XP. Where are you guys sitting for XP towards your next level? I mean, I think you went into it pretty well, right? You spent
I'm sitting at 3.
3.
Yeah, I need 6 more, and I'll level up.
Yep.
Okay. Where are you at, Mr. Pedrin? OT Sands.
How much till next level?
You would start back at 0, and it's 2 plus
Yeah.
your current level, so you have to get to 9.
Well, you don't like start back at. You just have to spend
Spend it.
7 plus your level, and you keep whatever's left over towards the next level. Like I spent
8 on
what was it? I had not.
Well, no.
No, I had 10, and I spent 8. So I had 2 left over for the next level, and then I gained another one, so I have 3 total XP right now.
I'm 3 XP towards level 3.
Well, I think you guys are on the same boat.
You guys all did a lot more fails on the first session. You like fully passed me a level.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see if we get more XP for everybody. Did we learn something new
Okay.
and important about the world? And if so, let me know.
We learned that the dwarves are the ones who are couriering the gold into the tower.
I think one of the coolest things we learned was what happens when people die. There's like this fucking holy mountain that you're atop of, and you like, I really liked how you handled that, by the way. It was fun to like have a short conversation in the afterlife, and like the cryptic hints. But I think that's a big part of every dungeon master's world is that that death part of the game. So I think that's a big part that we learned about.
Thank you.
What I wonder is if it will be different for me since I don't worship Damas.
Well, hopefully we won't see for your sake, but hopefully we will see for the sake of just curiosity. But I would agree. I agree with all those things. Everybody marks an XP for that. What were you gonna say, Neko?
With how low I roll for damage on me, who knows? May never.
Yeah, you make him never die.
Did we?
Game does really swing around with your RNG a lot.
Mm-hmm. Did you overcome a notable enemy or monster? What would you say?
Yeah, I would definitely say that fucking like actually trained dwarven fighter was pretty impressive. He took me out with 2 hits.
He's doing his job, trying to, right?
It was pretty. I would consider him the most formidable enemy we've fought so far by far.
Oh, he put Topaz to shame. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
All
I
right.
suffered 2 damage this fight, not 1. Double the damage.
That's true. You got hardcore wrecked. So yeah, let's mark an XP for that one. And I think we know the answer to this one, but the final question is: did we loot a memorable treasure? I think there's 2 X's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gold and the hammer of returning.
That hammer is pretty fucking epic level treasure.
It wasn't.
Boomerang
And
hammer.
not only that, we got the chest open as well.
Yep, I would say
And we did loot from it, even if it was only like 20 gold.
Yeah.
20 and
We got what we wanted. out of it.
40 gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you wanted to Scrooge McDuck
Hey.
that. There's so much gold there. You could just jump in and swim. But yeah, let's mark one for that. So it's 3 more for each of you guys. Put you well on your way for level 3.
Yeah, I think that's an early interesting thing about our game is the whole way that we're treating coin. It's really fun.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we don't
I'm like,
want it.
I don't understand it. And then I see it and I'm like,
I think, at least for Peterin's growth, whether it's positive or negative, I think he learned a little bit more about the humanistic side of, economy and just people and possibly greed, like something that he's never. And that's why I thought he would be confused if he released it, because he'd be like fighting a mental battle about it, But you just gave in. So,
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. A pretty good add-in. I liked that.
the way I kind of influenced it was lesser earth rewarded me with greater earth. Because
you just
like nature, it wasn't nature's price, it was nature's reward.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. I like that. Sanguinius, let me come back to you. That Warhammer that you have, you can name it whatever you want. I didn't have a name for it, but its tags are close and 1 weight.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to give you also it's +1 damage and +1 piercing.
Okay.
So add an extra damage when you do it, and it goes through at least 1 armor because it's a mighty steel hammer. It's a beast. It's a beast, man. It's a beast. So there we go.
I'll call it a dwarven thrower.
The dwarven thrower. Does it the dwarf throw it, or does it throw the dwarf? We don't know.
Only if you fuck up.
You got to toss me. Don't tell the elf.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to the end of our episode 2, just in time. I'll let everybody do a little something on the way out here. My name is Lucas, lucasgvariety. You can find me all over, and you can see all the tags for all of our stuff in the description below on the video. And I hope the first one came out good again, so sorry about that. Go ahead, Sean. We'll move left to right on the overlay.
Howdy, I am Sean, also known as The Outsider and Ultra Lazuli and a bunch of other names. You can support me directly and the creation of my RPG system Synthesis by going to patreon.com/synthesize. SYNTHESIZE. Other than that, I do paid DMing, and you can check me out on my Discord server for that. And contact me for scheduling and all that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and thanks for tuning in.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Neko, go ahead,
Yeah.
sir.
Neko, not much to say about myself. Hey, I guess, actually, no. I guess
Didn't we decide we were going to make up a new thing that you don't actually do every week? Like
No. There is something I do, though.
like your trapeze blog or something?
I make...
Go ahead.
I like making maps. Cartography is a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
If you guys really want, if someone really wants a map, I wouldn't mind making it. It's just fun for me.
Good.
Hit
And
him up for
he'll
maps,
charge
you heard it.
he'll charge a fair wage, and we'll discuss it after this because you need to get paid for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming and watching, and Lucas for running this show. I'm having a lot of fun on this game, and it's nice to be back in show business, back on the internet waves. Neko, maybe you should do some live streaming of map making. If you're just like doing it and hanging out and listening to music, you can just live stream that on Twitch. People love cartography. Like my buddy Neil does that all the time. I know a few other people who do it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I do have, believe it or not, I do have actually streaming software, so.
Well, you have like a streaming quality microphone now, and like, you can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for everyone for watching this stream. We'll let you know when Nico's got his Twitch all set up and streaming probably next week, right? Thanks for watching.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again next week, and we're going to see what happens when they actually get down into the mining city, see if they can put a stop to it. Will their goals have changed? Have they changed as people? What's going to happen? And we'll see y'all next time. Have a good night. Thank you.